All right, we're going to go right into the show since we're behind schedule. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. You're listening to RuneScape Weekly for October 5th, 2018. I'm your host, Magebit, with over 17 years of RuneScape experience. Joining me today is Pyrnassius and the RRman. And on today's show, RuneScape Wiki leaving Wikia is mostly complete. You know what? Hang on, I gotta start over again. That's the new trend again. The Magebit is back to screwing up. But I had a thought about things and about stuff in between, so I had to pause there for a second. And I wanted to just make sure I wasn't incorrect about myself. I wanted to make sure I was recording to the correct directory. For some reason, my brain was like, "Are you recording to the correct directory?" And I was like, "I think so." All right. Anyway, I think we're good. I don't know why we wouldn't be good. All right. Gonna try that one more time. Sorry about that. Don't disobey me, music. Now my music's disobeying me. All right. 3, 2, 1. You're listening to RuneScape Weekly for October 5th, 2018. I'm your host, Magebit, with over 17 years of RuneScape experience. Joining me today is Pyrnassius and the RRman. On today's show, RuneScape Wiki leaving Wikipedia complete, mostly. A charity update, ED2 Drop Rates, World Event 4 in October, another macro lover appears, 8-year ban lifted, and I don't understand how logic works. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of RuneScape Weekly, and enjoy the show. Welcome back for your Friday edition and pre-RuneFest edition of RuneScape Weekly. Magebit here. Welcome too.
Hey.
How you doing, Pern?
I am doing well, but I just saw you waste all that time while you're doing the intro. As soon as you started that intro, the purple spot
it crept right up on me.
No.
Did you hear me? Did you hear me slightly stutter as I saw it crept on me? I was like, I can feel it.
I'm laughing because I'm sitting there going, yeah, he's just noticed it and he can't do anything about it. Sorry.
So now we know how he stuffed up the first intro.
Yeah. And it's just gone straight to him again. He's just jumped on a new bike and it went straight to him again. It's following you around now.
I'm a purple magnet.
I also do want to. I do like the charity updates. You corrected yourself well there when you went the charity.
The charity update, yes.
The charity update.
Lovely. Very lovely. That's very smooth show today, I have to say. We landed this one with grace, right into it, I have to say.
Well, we weren't. This is sort of it wasn't actually planned, this one. What we were just going to be doing tomorrow night, so it's a little bonus one for everyone.
Yeah, this show, almost didn't happen at all. So I'm kind of glad it did. I haven't even set up Twitch. Oh my goodness. RuneScape Weekly Podcast. 10/5/2018. That's the date, right? I'm not even going to change the go live notification because it's too late. We are playing RuneScape, though. Anyway, we are going to do a show for you today. What have I been doing? I've been playing RuneScape. I got Gemmy, I think like literally yesterday, if I remember correctly. I can check the logs here. Yeah, it was yesterday at 4:32 p.m. because I announced it in Discord. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that. That was one thing. It's one more pet. I got like 3 or 4 left to go. I can never count correctly, so it's like somewhere in between there. Let's see. I got Dungeoneering. I got Herbalore. I did crafting. Agility.
Oh, I love it. Dungeoneering's going to do the last one, eh?
Definitely. Most definitely. But I've been doing my Dungeoneering dailies. I don't have one today. Today is Slayer. So I won't be doing any Dungeoneering today.
How did you... no, you're 120 Slayer, aren't you?
No. I'm one...
okay.
I'm 115 Slayer. I'm almost 116 Slayer. I only do Abbey Demons, so, you know, it's been a long road.
No, that's fair enough. I thought... I thought you were already 120 Slayers. I said, how did you get a Slayer one? Why haven't you blocked it? But yeah, that's fair enough.
Nah, you know me. I'm not super into Slayer, but like
it comes and goes.
I like the money, but at the same time, I don't like putting effort into things. So it makes it hard.
Just like me in real life.
Yeah. It's not you know, it is what it is. So that's where I'm at. I'm focusing on trying to find that agility pet, and you know, at the same time just trying to wipe the floor with that, you know, RSBNB competition it's just a kind of as a byproduct, I guess. You know.
Yes.
Oh well.
Yes, that's that RSBNB competition. You're number 1. I am number 2 at the moment.
Until we both get
Sorensen. Well, that's it. Sorensen is he's another sheep fiddler, a mate of RRman's, and he has won the last 7 months in a row. He just goes nuts, that guy.
Maybe I'll get unlucky.
But we're both taking the lead over him. So. He may have actually run out of money because he's been spending so much on all the other skills. He might not be able to afford all those Silverhawks now.
Has he exclusively been Silverhawking his way?
I don't know. He's just he works out the best way and just goes for it. He's phenomenal at what he does.
He's at the. I'm pretty sure he's at Prif at the agility course. Cycling it around, but he's probably been busy at work. He'll probably be catching up on you guys this weekend, though. Oh
yeah, watch the weekends. I don't think he sleeps.
Oh, he's a weekend player, weekend warrior. Gotcha.
Well, he usually it's like a Sunday, Monday. So those 2 days New Zealand time. So he'll be on you.
Okay, gotcha. So I was also wondering like what his play style was, because I was trying to analyze his graph, but I really can't get much information out of it. Anyway, so what you been up to, Pern?
I have just been having lots of fun. I went down to ED Dungeon, or ED2. I finally got my lore books from the first Elite Dungeons. I think it was Killer Bunny told me to wear my Dungeoneering cape. I hadn't done any for a while because of the quest point shop, waiting for that lore hound, and then get told, the lore hound doesn't affect the Elite Dungeon. So yeah, thank you very much, Jagex, on that. But Killer Bunny said, make sure you wear your Dungeoneering cape. So I was at 45. I went down there at I think it was run number 48. I got the first book, and run number 53, I got the second book. So I was able to wrap those up and head over to ED2, and must say, absolutely love it. I mean, you know, I enjoy the first Elite Dungeons, but just the playability and how much more enjoyable the second one is. Really, really great update. I'm sort of disappointed I haven't been playing it earlier, but yeah, lots and lots of fun.
Oh, goodness.
And other than that, yeah, just competing in Skill of the Month. So that has been me.
I'm glad to hear that. How about you, RRman?
Yeah, I've also been trying to keep up with the agility, but I'm in 5th place. So I'm way behind now.
Always.
These bikes are pretty good for AFK experience.
AFK experience, yes. Good experience. No.
No.
If you chase the purple dots, it's good. But if you're chasing a pet and you want to just spend as long down here as possible, and you jump off the purple dots, then
stay away from the purple dots.
Chasing the purple dots. Yeah, I didn't think Pern was into drugs.
No, it's chasing. We used to chase the purple dots as kids. Those are those little things that came on the pads. You used to pick those little purple dots off the pads, or did you not have those in your country?
No, don't know that one.
Those candies that came on the little pads.
Oh, no, we never had anything like that.
They were like dots. I think they might have just been called dots.
Definitely sounds like drugs.
Yeah, maybe we were just given drugs. I think I was drugged.
It was just America prepping their youth for all those drugs in the future.
Was I part of MK Ultra? I don't know.
Yes, mate.
Good stuff. What am I doing? I'm trying to save a file over here. I got some PSAs, unless you got more to say.
No, just get back on the bike.
Get back on the bike and pedal. I'll go through some. You know what, Pern? Can you read your PSA for me real quick?
Yeah, that's it was actually a request from one of our listeners who wanted to know a bit about Moia. And a while ago, I did start doing a sort of lore series. It was called Gillinor Origin Stories, where I was just going through all sort of the main characters. I was starting with the gods and such, but I'm going to bring that back. And we are going to start with Moia, which obviously with this new shard that has come in, the Tainted Shard, if anyone has got it to the 4,000 points, once you get it up there, it refers to Moia. So I'm actually hoping for a new quest. Mage has his hopes on World Event 4. And Thieves out there was thinking it was going to be something to do with Halloween, but it'd be interesting to see what happens. But anyway, on either Monday or Tuesday, I will get the audio version of that to Magebit as quick as possible, so he can get that up as a podcast, and we'll start doing that. I'll try and do at least one a month. Where I'll just do different ones. So if anyone out there does have a special request for a known NPC, I don't want sort of Farmer Bill or anything like that, but someone who is out there in.
What about the guy from Bring Home the Bacon?
Yeah, that's it. None of those types. But if there's someone who's been in one of the epic quests and you want to know a bit about them, Moia obviously being the half breed, half human, half Majorat. She's a really interesting character, so it'll be fun to do and listen out to it. But if not, if there is anyone else out there, send it in to RS Weekly. Give us a give us a little tweet there and just say, hey, can you do one on this one? And I'll do my best to get the information out there for you.
Yar. Also, RuneScape Weekly will be live around 9 a.m. tomorrow. That's Eastern with daylight savings time still.
Which is about midnight Australian time.
Yep.
No, sorry, 11 p.m. Australian time, midnight 1 a.m. It'll be New Zealand time.
Yep. And I could have told you actually what that was if I hadn't closed the dang.
I've got it open. 1400, or which is 2 p.m. in UK. Okay.
You sure about that? Because it was supposed to be the morning time for them.
Yeah, well, they start at 10:45. It's
in the morning.
1400. 1400 is Quest and Lore.
Oh, that's right. We're not starting super in the morning. That's right.
That's right. We're basically, because there's an opening ceremony, there's a cosplay parade, the creators game show, and then into the actual stuff.
You're right. So we're starting at like 14 or something. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. You got it. Yep. So we won't be live for the super early stuff because what's the point? We're just going to be like, look, it's someone dancing around in a costume. Yeah. So, and we'll go all the way through until the winter reveals. We'll do a miniature podcast in the middle while they're doing the old school RuneScape stuff because, we're not going to... There's nothing for us to talk about during that, really, because we don't really have any insight. So we'll just talk about RuneScape 3. And that'll be that. And we'll have a good time. It will be fun. And that'll be that. And I'm sure it will be a great time. And I'm going to just adjust my microphone cables here because I need to replace, unfortunately, one of my audio cables here. It's faulty, and I'm having some trouble hearing through it. But I will have to worry about.
That's never good.
No, it's just and it's just a cheap. It's braided, and you'd think it would last longer than it has, but it never does. They always fail. Anyway, Amazon Basics. Am I right? Anyway, Neko.
Actually, speaking of Amazon, have you seen the owner or the chief guy of Amazon just overtook Bill Gates after 25 years as the richest man in the world?
Doesn't surprise me. Amazon
$225 billion is his net personal worth.
That's insane.
That's just sick.
It is sick, and that company is. I don't know. I use it almost daily, which is kind of disgusting, but like it's so useful, and at the same time, like they abuse the shit out of their employees. But like I can't live without them.
When Mage needs toilet paper,
I do. The only thing I don't use them for yet is like grocery delivery, but I'm really getting close. It's almost affordable. It's getting there. Like now that they own Whole Foods, like if they're getting really close to owning like a national grocery chain that's affordable, then we're gonna, if they own Walmart or something, you know.
Magebit's never leaving the house.
I was gonna say, yep, he'd just be hooked up to his computer.
Exactly.
And just
No shit. Like seriously, it's not out of the realm of possibility that Jeff Bezos could own Walmart someday. He's rich enough. Walmart is pennies to him. Anyway, I gotta move on. This is not even wrong podcast.
Yeah,
Economics Weekly.
Yeah. Let's talk about. I want to talk quickly about a really funny story that Neko told me that just happens. It's kind of like a crossover from like our police stories to RuneScape here. So for those of you who don't know, Neko is a police officer in his country. And he patrols the streets and fights crime on a regular basis. And recently he came across an individual who was apparently on something at the time. And he was yelling.
Allegedly,
yes. Innocent. Well, in his country, I don't know if innocent until proven guilty is a thing.
Well, I know France is you've got to prove your innocence, but yeah.
But I can tell you, because, and you know, again, I don't know the laws in his country. I mean, this information was passed on to me from, you know, anecdotal evidence, whatever, blah blah blah. This is a story, yada yada yada, hearsay. Take it out with a grain of salt. Drugs were found at the scene of the crime on the person and whatnot, so we assume he was using them, methamphetamines and whatnot. Anyway, apparently he was yelling at his phone, just screaming at his phone on like a bench and whatnot. And apparently the entire time he was screaming at his phone, he was playing RuneScape, old school RuneScape, of course, because as you know, it's impossible to play RuneScape 3 on a cell phone, so one's mind would obviously fill in the blanks. Playing old school RuneScape. So,
and that's why you're screaming.
And that's why he's doing drugs, of course, too, because only a drug user would play old school RuneScape. I'm joking.
Exactly.
I'm joking. Anyway, so high on ice, playing old school RuneScape, yelling at his phone, and he was stuck on Tutorial Island the whole time. He never made it off Tutorial Island, proving to me that only noobs do drugs.
Quick, jump bikes.
What?
Jump bikes.
Oh, thank you. I was like, what?
Sorry, for those who don't understand, Mage and I are down in the... what was that area called?
We're in the empty throne room.
The empty throne room, and we're doing the agility bikes down there. Mage is running away from the high XP one all the time because he's chasing the.
Yeah, I'm doing a bit, and all of a sudden you put like motocross bikes in my head, and I'm like, what? I'm picturing Pyrnassius in my scene, like jumping a motocross bike over my head all of a sudden, just like totally out of character. Like, what the fuck happened?
Arresting a guy high
on meth,
his phone on tutorial,
and then here comes Pyrnassius.
Jump bikes.
Yeah, and here comes Pyrnassius jumping bikes over the fucking scene. I'm like, what? All right, let's get into our first topic here. This is a serious topic, so we're gonna have to shift gears. Maj Shawnee has responded to the Hyam Lucas concerns from the community, which is, I believe, the old school community, if I'm correct. I don't know Hyam Lucas. I haven't done much research into Hyam Lucas to be quite. He's an RS3 YouTuber with 2,000 subscribers. He's an RS3 streamer nominee in 2017, according to his Twitter page. So he's overall not extremely large, as far as I can tell here. His Twitch page might be larger than his YouTube account, perhaps, if I pop over here. He appears to be... Is he hosting someone? No, he's live right now playing RuneScape. Yeah, okay. How many people are you playing with, Lucas? How many friends you got, buddy? 12 viewers. Okay. So not an overwhelmingly popular streamer by any stretch of the imagination on an off-peak hour. You know, I pull 5-6 viewers during 10 a.m. on a whatever day sometimes. On occasion. Maybe not right now. I'm so sad. Not really. You know, it's whatever. I don't care. It's not about viewers. It really isn't. No. Point being, this whole situation arose, I believe, in regards to an issue of money laundering accusations and fraud. Do you remember this, Pyrnassius or RRman?
No.
Okay. Yeah, this was, a lot of people were basically accusing this individual of raising money for charity and scamming people by just not giving the money to charity. And the problem is he didn't use any sort of platform that guarantees that the money reaches the charity. He just used generic donation platforms, from my understanding. Which
His bank account?
Like similar, I think, which is a big problem, unfortunately. So, let me read here what Shawnee has to say here. He says, "Hello, everyone. We have been made aware of a series of charity streams and player concerns around donations made to Macmillan on behalf of the streamer. Hi, I'm Lucas. Last week, we spoke to Luke to understand what went wrong and the current donation situation. In this instance, we were informed of a shortfall of donations due to a number of factors. We have addressed this situation with Luke in person, and we feel comfortable that the intentions were good, but unfortunately, the execution was less than optimal. We are working internally on a charity streaming program that will allow us to help streamers with charity events in terms of best practices to ensure that player donations are given directly to the charity of choice and that players feel and make sure this is publicly communicated to all streamers and players in due course. Everyone at Jagex is passionate about our support of charity events, be it at Game Blast or supporting players on streams for charities that are near and dear to their hearts. We want players and streamers to have fun and create amazing experiences for players in support of great causes. As a result, we have made a donation of £20 and 36 pence to Macmillan today to cover any shortfall so that players or the charity are not out of pocket. This is an exceptional circumstance, and in future, as mentioned before, we'll aim to put procedures in place to send monies to charities directly so this situation doesn't happen again. Thank you all of you who continue to support great causes, and we will continue to bring you more details in the next few months."
Over £1,000. That's a lot of shortfall that he sort of didn't give.
Yeah.
That's not a little mistake. It's
a big mistake for sure. So, no matter what happened, it clearly was a large mistake.
Yeah.
And
Can I just say though, before we do get stuck into this guy, thank you very much. I mean, Jagex have turned around, seen what heard what's happened, and they, out of their own profits, have taken that £1,020 and paid it to the charity, so that the players know that that the charity has got that money. If this guy has done the wrong thing, or it is just a mistake, I mean, we don't know exactly, but kudos to Jagex who have turned around and made sure that the foundation got the money that was promised by the players to them.
That was my number one thing, and that's really all I cared about, was the fact that restitution was made. There was an expectation that was presented. Jagex was not even involved, by the way. I want to make that clear. There was never an expectation of Jagex ever involved. Jagex stepped up and went to bat for Luke and basically dug him out of a hole, saved his reputation, and then was like, "Yeah, we not only are we going to go to bat for you, we're going to put standards and we're going to put standards in place for the future, so this doesn't happen to anyone ever again." Like, that's like S tier as far as I'm concerned for a company. That's being a morality leader. Like, I don't care what Luke did. I care about Jagex and want to praise them for doing what they did. That's some top tier management shit right there. Leadership. Yep. Like, hell yeah. I mean, Luke, whatever you did, you fucked up.
That's it.
Like, even if it was a simple account. Yeah, go ahead.
I hope that he is not allowed to sort of do any of these charity type things again, and Jagex will come down pretty hard on him if they do. I mean, and it's great also to hear that the Jagex are working internally on a charity streaming program, where perhaps the funds go to Jagex to distribute, so that the player themselves don't actually get that money and aren't tempted to sort of say, oh geez, I was expecting $400 or $500 and all of a sudden I've got 2,500, 3,000, and they decide to hang on to that. Hopefully it'll be something like that where that money is distributed by Jagex on behalf of the streamer and the people who open their hearts and donate to these these great worthy causes.
Yeah, it's a sad thing to happen. And
it is, but I mean, so many charity things. I mean, that's I really people collecting money and that all the time. I have just stopped doing it. I'll find out and I'll send it direct to a company.
That's what you got to do,
because I just don't trust people anymore.
If you want to support, and it's not to say that you can't, as an individual, run a charity event. As a streamer, if you want to run a charity event, there are plenty of ways to do that correctly. You need to run it through the proper channels. Doing it yourself and saying that then you're going to go and hand a wheelbarrow of money over to the charity is the wrong way to do that. Well, there are organizations available for you to go and say, I want to run an event and then I want to make sure the money gets sent to this charity or this charity or this charity, whatever. That's the right way to do it. One Up is a fantastic organization. Extra Life is a fantastic organization. Like, there are places out there you can go to set up charities and help you donate money to places.
The comments aren't being too kind, eh?
Hey, you want to read some of the comments? Go ahead.
Oh, I just saw. Well, I won't read some of the awful ones, but one made an interesting point. He goes, "So Lucas is up £1,000." Oh. And that's just the whole thing. And then it mentions the next comment is it was something to do with converting the money from some currency to pounds. Might be possibly what happened.
I've heard that as well. Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah. That there might have been an issue with the conversion or tax rate even.
Yeah, but he may have had. You think they?
Go ahead.
I think they could have mentioned that in the statement.
It depends. You don't know. Like, I don't know what you can and can't say. If there's legal issues pressing, I have no idea.
Yeah.
And we'll never know now. I mean, it's none of our business, really.
Well, that's it. But also, I mean, everyone's sort of jumping up and down saying, Jagex, you're idiots for believing him and such. Well, I mean, they've investigated, and I mean, I'm sure this isn't the end of it. I'm sure, Jagex have done it, and I'm sure the charity themselves is probably, when they're using their name and such, I wouldn't be surprised if they've already passed it on to, the law to follow up on it anyway and investigate exactly what he has done. And, if he's using it to pay off, someone's claiming he's doing, he's on uni credit and he's using it to pay off that and things like such. He's done it 3 times now and things. I'm sure that, I'm sure it won't be the end of it. And, Jagex have done the right thing. So everyone get off their back. They have seen what's happened using their game to, it's not one of their own charities, but they have made restitution and done a great thing. So well done. I think everyone should be congratulating them for it.
I agree. Let's look at the positive side of this, right? It's the only thing.
That's it.
It's the best way to look at it, in my opinion. You want to grab the next one for me, Pern?
I can do that. Yeah. Drop Rates, Elite Dungeon 2. This is by Mod Sova. Hiya. Because the rates in ED2 seem to be concerning a lot of players, specifically the ability mutator codices, I'm dumping some of the important drop rates info. Astalan. Flurry Codex is 1 in 500 in a group or 1 in 200 solo. The law book with a base rate of 40 in 1,000 group, 70 in 1,000 solo. Why didn't you say 4 in 100 or 7 in 100 rather than 1,000? 1 in 10 story mode, increasing by 1 in 1,000 for each kill count you have solo or group. If the above two fail, then fall back onto Onyx Dust, 5 in a group, 5 to 25 solo. In addition to the above, these items will always drop 5 to 10 of Certed Red, Blue, or Black Dragonhide, and 1 Reinforced Dragon Bone. Varak Lith. Fury Codex is 1 in 500 as a group, 1 in 200 solo. The Law Book with a base rate of 1 in 25 as a group, 7 in 100 solo, so they've done it there. 1 in 10 story mode, increasing by 1 in 1,000 for each kill count you have solo or group. If the above two fail, then fall back onto Onyx Dust, 10 in a group or 10 to 30 solo. In addition to the above, they will always drop 10 to 15 of Certed Royal Dragonhide and 1 in Reinforced Dragonbone. And the Black Stone Dragon. The Barge Codex has a 1 in 500 as a group, 1 in 200 solo. The pet item is 1 in 1,500 as a group or 1 in 300 solo with regular thresholds. Draconic Energy. As a group, 3 in 10 chance for 1 to 20 energies. Solo, guaranteed, if no codex and no pet, you will get between 4 and 110 energies. Calculations for the exact amount are a bit more complicated. To simplify, it's weighted towards small amounts with a set of increasingly rare and large drops. I can go into more detail here if desired. If in a group and above two fail, then fall back onto Onyx Dust, 10 to 30. In addition to the above, they will always drop 1 Reinforced Dragon Bone and one of the following: 50 to 75 Hydrix Bolt Tips, which has a 1 in 25 chance, 50 to 75 Onyx Bolt Tips, which has a 1 in 10 chance, 1 Perfect Gemstone Scale is a 1 in 10 chance, 10 to 20 Uncut Diamonds is a 1 in 2 chance, 1 to 10 Uncut Dragonstones is a 3 in 10 chance, and 1 Uncut Onyx is a 1 in 50 chance. In all three cases, the codices are the highest priority roll, and getting one of the other uniques means that the roll specifically for the codex already failed. Rolling positive on the lawbook will not prevent the codex roll. If the lawbook/pet have been unlocked, their base rates get absorbed by the next item in line. All three bosses will also roll on a common table, which is shared between them. The shared table includes some of the regular drops that appear across the dungeon, relics, gold, etc. This is also where the lucky charm rolls, and something on the charm table will replace the common drop. Lucky charm table has a chance to trigger, varies based on the enemy boss, 1 in 25, other 1 in 50. The drops are 1 lucky Dragon King coin, which is a 1 in 50,000 drop, 1 Draconic Energy, which is a 1 in 200 drop, 1 Glaven Wingtip, which is a 1 in 33 drop, 1 Draconic Visage, which is an 11 in 200 drop, 1 Dragonfire Ash, which is a 4 in 25 drop, 1 Elite Clue, which is a 1 in 10 drop, 10 to 15 times Onyx Dust is 11 to 50, and 1 to 5 Onyx Dust in 43 in 100. So basically, yeah, I don't know what the real concerns are.
Doesn't seem bad to me.
No, I think that's pretty good. I think people were complaining that if they get the book, it's taking away from the chance of getting the codex or something like that. But he's basically saying that, if you still have a chance at the codex and the law book at the same time.
So that clears that up, basically.
Yep. I do like they say 1 in 10 in story mode. So that sounds pretty good there. And remember, if you do the 7 in 100 solo, 1 in 10 in story mode. So, story mode, if you are just after the lore drops, is definitely the best way to go.
Good to know. Good read. Thank you. Moving along here, this is from Zerosian I can't talk, as usual. Emissary, also known as Hellring. World Event 4 in October. So this is feeding my conspiracy theory here, so good choice, RRman. I badly want there to be a World Event 4, and the whole shard thing taking 40 hours to charge, and all these things just seem very, very World Event 4-y. And let me just let Zerosian Emissary paint a picture here for you. They say, so Orion tweeted out, quote, big lore skilling event in October coming up, though. RuneScape Twitter tweeted out, hashtag RunePoll, if you could revive one of these two rune events, which one would you choose? And then I believe it was a choice between World Event 1 and 2, right? Yeah, the Battle of Lumbridge and the Bird and the Beast.
Yeah, because let's not talk about number 3.
Right? Yeah, nobody wants.
Surely Bird and the Beast would have killed it.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Then we have the Shard, which seems like the lead up to the major, and the RuneScape Twitter tweeted out a cryptic hint. We'll find out what's going on at RuneFest. Let's see here. It says, yeah, and it just has the tainted shard. It says hashtag RuneFest 2016 with the thinking emoji. Finally, the October behind the scenes for next month has been pushed back until past RuneFest, meaning they think something in it is huge enough to be worth delaying. Is it World Event 4? Edit. I missed this, but the shard dialogue with the Doomsayer sounds like it could be a big thing like a world event. And it says here, I'll let the page load here. What is it? The dark energy around you, is this what the end feels like? Do you mean this shard? I found it, but I'm not sure what it does. Do you think it's safe to keep a hold of? I fear not. I know often to talk of imminent doom, but this darkness is unlike anything I felt before. I don't know. I agree with me, Dave. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm still going to keep my... I still reckon it's going to be a new quest. Because they did last year promise us 6 to 8 quests.
You're not wrong.
We've only had 2.
That's true.
I do think that they need to get a quest out for at least one.
They could do
within the next couple of months.
I mean, they could do a massive mini quest series, or like like they could do like,
break it up into 4 parts and say it's there's 4 quests there for you, like they did with Manifos. Which if it's an ongoing storyline and such, that's fine. But my thoughts with this, after sort of seeing what happened and such, is that it is going to be a quest item. I know you're really hoping for.
Yeah, and listen. If it is a quest, I'm not going to be disappointed. I like quests too. Like this is a win-win-win situation for me. I'm good no matter what.
That's all. We're getting 2% extra XP.
It's literally called a big lore skilling event in October. Listen, That's like saying listen, I'm going to jerk you off and blow you in October. Like, okay. Bring it on. Yeah, there's no downside to that.
Well, it depends who's telling you that they're going to do that.
Nope.
But anyway,
I'll just close my eyes and enjoy it. Moving along. Can we talk about macros for a second? What a segue. Automated events in RuneScape. Jump bikes, anybody?
Jump bikes?
Okay. I know what some of you are probably thinking, but I implore you, please try and keep an open mind and stay with me, because this is important to me, and I wanted to see if maybe I could start something. I've tried to be careful and well-reasoned in the text that follows in an effort to alienate as few people as possible. The general premise of the anti-macro argument is that it makes the game quote-unquote too easy and removes a necessary skill gap to high-level PVMing. To an extent, I agree with that sentiment. I think that mechanical skill is certainly something that is a necessary thing to have in a combat system as complicated as RuneScape's, so I definitely understand where you're coming from, but let me pose you another situation. I have a physical disability that seriously affects my manual dexterity. No, I didn't come here looking for pity, but I had to bring it up in order to provide some context as to where I'm coming from. As a result of my condition, certain aspects of Switchscape are sort of inaccessible to me, and no, I'm not just talking about forticking. It's simple stuff like switching from two-handed to dual wielding for flanking or bladed dive from two-handed wand shield diving without losing aftershock stacks. As of right now, I have to accept the fact that some percent of the time, the best resonance or barricade I'm going to get without losing too much damage is without switching my wand on, and I can do it later. Now, I'm sure the obvious answer to my plight is get a better mouse, keyboard keybinds, but the fact of the matter is I've tried every keybind setup that I could think of to make my life easier, but the given sheer number of the mechanical things required of me in an average PVM scenario, there is only so many easily accessible keybinds for me to use. Prey flicking, manual, full manual, weapon and ring switching, food and brews, and probably a few things I can't think of right now, and this is without considering four-ticking, so this isn't that, or nor has it ever been about that. So I propose that at least we can allow for small macros like dual wield on one button or wand and shield, for instance. There are other MMOs that allow for an unhealthy amount of macroing akin to automating an entire 4-tick auto attack rotation. I think that would be too far. However, I feel like freeing up just a few APM and a couple hotkey slots would make a world of difference for me and people like me. It would mean that PVM would become more enjoyable and accessible, and PVM skills will be less about how many buttons to push, but pushing the right buttons at the right times. RuneScape is one of the best video games in the world, and I don't think I'll ever get tired of it, because there's always room to improve. But at the same time, the amount of extra frustration I've had to deal with makes me feel like there's some quality of life improvements that might make it more fun and rewarding of the game knowledge and skill, and less gated on external factors that people can't control. Hopefully, I don't bore you before you got to the end, and for those of you who did read this through the whole thing, thank you for at least hearing me out. Agree or disagree, I don't really care, but I did think this conversation needed to happen for the sake of the things we all share. A love for RuneScape.
If I can jump in here first, I don't have any physical difficulty. I can't do any of that stuff anyway. I mean, it's just it's just too hard for me.
Exactly what I was thinking.
I don't think anything like. I mean, technically, yes, it's macroing, but doing that sort of just one button thing where it'll just swap back and forward, I don't think there's a real issue with that. I think that where all our macroing comes from is the bots with doing the auto mining, dropping, and all that type of stuff that we sort of always had that issue with, or running agility courses and things like that. In this type of situation, I don't see anything wrong, and I know you and Hannah have discussed this many times, and talked about it, and you guys explain it a lot better. So I'm gonna let go and let you talk about it more. But I'm saying, I don't have any physical difficulties, but I can't do all that simple switching, two-handed dual wheeling for all that. That's just it's too many buttons. I just use Revolution and the weapon that I've got. If I need a shield or whatever, I take either a defender or a shield, and I just hit it with one weapon and just keep that on. So that's me.
Yeah, no, especially like what they're referring to is simple macros, like just being able to do like a shield switch or like a ring switch, like just like these very simple macros are not really even game breaking or a super problem. They wouldn't cause massive DPS increases or anything. I think they need to be considered. I'm looking at I'm seeing like Wumpery chime in. I'm seeing a lot of people in the comments here who are high-level PVMers that are, supporting and even saying that they know people who are doing this and not getting banned. And it's true. I don't support it because it's not legal yet. But yes, there are a ton of people that use auto hotkey to do these types of things against the rules to increase their DPS. But it's not currently okay, and it risks your account. You probably won't get a perma ban for it, but you might get a 2-day ban or a week ban, and you don't want to end up with that on your permanent record. Because you raise your ban meter up too much, and go ahead.
One other thing is, I mean, Jagex do support a lot of charities that like Game Jam and Game Blast and things like that. Where they're helping out people with disabilities gaming. So this is just that next step to make it more accessible to people. Old guys like myself who have trouble sort of slamming too
and
many
that's the thing.
Once, and,
that's the thing is young people, and I say this as a 30-year-old man, like I'm still considered on the younger side of old, but like even at 30, my dexterity and senses are starting to fade. And just to be fair, my optometrist did say that I will need bifocals by the age of 35. So my eyesight is particularly poor. Some of us just have particularly poor reflexes and particularly poor eyesight, and people have different sensory abilities, motor skills. Different people have different levels of motor abilities, muscular skeletal abilities. Everyone has their limitations, and we need to cater to those limitations. And I don't think having simple macros in the game is a problem. Like, this is 2018, people. Come on. That's my favorite phrase.
Obviously, the only issue is you give people an inch, they want to take a mile. You'll say, okay, we're going to allow this, and people are going to go, and they're going to set up a whole thing to pretty much automate.
Someone's going to find a way to.
You said.
Someone's going to find a way to string simple macros together, to like create an entire working bot. And that's going to, they're going to be like, but it's with, I made it with your approved tools, Jagex.
Yeah. And that's where I always sort of, it always sort of gets on that side of, yes, we want it, but what happens?
Yeah. There's always going to be
a dickhead out there.
Yeah. That ruins it for everybody.
Yep.
So, I think we'll come to a time where we can work this out. I think Jagex needs to open the lines of communication first. And for that to happen, these types of discussions need to keep getting upvoted. And I don't even think, I don't even know if this hit the front page of Reddit. 124 upvotes, did that even hit the front page? I don't know.
I don't get to Reddit, so I don't know.
Yeah.
The only time I log into Reddit is basically when we're on the show, so you just send me all the links.
Yeah. I mean, it might have hit the front page for a little while. Oh, they got.
I would hope so.
They got RuneFest bingo. We got a RuneFest bingo card ready.
What sort of disappoints me on things like this, where there's nothing from Jagex saying, well, hey, it is something we might look at in the future, or we can discuss. There is nothing there from any mods sort of saying that it is something that they could look at for those.
Can we play RuneFest bingo?
This is great.
Tomorrow, I want to do it. It's of course it's super cynical, but I kind of want to do it anyway.
Put it up on the stream.
I'll have a separate scene for it, so every time one dings, we'll switch to the scene to cross it off.
Cross it off, that'd be good.
Bank rework coming in 2016. I think this one's old. I think this sheet might be a little old.
Oh yeah. I've just copied and pasted it.
Yeah, so we'll have to update this one. I've got to see the comments on that. Oh, poor bank rework. Oh, I miss the bank rework.
All I want in the bank rework is my placeholders. That's the one thing I needed.
Sorry, old school already did it. We can't have it.
We know they can do it. Oh,
but also when I have my skilling outfits that I put in Django, if I have them bound to one of the presets, why can't it pull it out of there? Why do I have to go in and pull them all out and then hit? It's just, that's frustrating.
Because bad interfaces in RuneScape.
Yes, I know, but still.
All right, where are we? Let's see. What's next up? Oh, yeah. 8-year ban lifted. And then he's bragging in the comments. Bragging in the comments is a great way to just get rebanned, I swear. I hope
I hope he does get rebanned.
All right, so this guy.
Yeah.
This guy.
It's called 8-year ban lifted by CrossKit666. It last logged in 2,960 days ago. And he says here, macroing. And someone says, what did you do to get banned for that long? And he says, macroing. I bought it a lot.
Exclamation mark.
Yeah. Last thing I was botting was thieving. Ironically, I have 200 million XP in thieving on my current account without botting. Lol. It was supposedly a permanent ban, but I randomly tried logging on today and it was unbanned. Edit, hijacking my own comment did clear a few things up. Haters. It was 8 years ago. Get over it. I was 16 or 17. Now I'm a grown-ass adult. Hot take, you were a grown-ass adult at 16 and 17. You fucking... Excuse me. Things have changed since then. I don't screenshot because I sent it to my mate through text. Beginning, I found out about botting when grinding to 99 woodcutting. I had a friend who was racing who suspiciously overtook me in levels quickly. I was in the low 90s, he was in the high 80s. I asked him, how did you pass me in levels so hastily? And that's when he told me about a program that would level your skills and taught me how to use it. It's not going to he said, I'm not going to lie, it was addicting to fall asleep and wake up to see how far you've progressed through the night. I never botted for gold, only XP, and this was my only account. I continued.
That makes it right.
Mm-hmm, yeah, oh yeah. You know, I only stole from one store. I continued with this to get 99s for the rest of that RuneScape character's life until justifiably banned. Middle. I spent the majority of a year playing on friends' accounts legitimately. I don't know.
What?
What? That's okay. You've just
fuck.
Mate? Can you just name all those friends for us?
I spent the next year selling drugs for my friends legitimately. Come on, man!
All those purple stickers he was selling.
I wanna just. This is. Oh my god. I called the next post up. I don't understand how logic works, but I should have called this post. I don't understand how logic works. What the frig is wrong with this person? No, I should just. They don't understand how right and wrong works. Morality works. I don't know. I think they might be a sociopath or something. Let's see here. Where was I? I lost my place when I got my mind.
I spent the majority of a year playing on a friend's account legitimately, as I didn't want to start from scratch. The middle.
Okay, I didn't want to start from scratch. Jagex added the email requirement to log in, and for some reason, it deterred me from creating a new account. I decided to ask.
I could track up you better. Sorry.
I decided to ask my older sister permission to use her old account as it had a username and not an email address. You're a creep, dude. You're a freaking creep. She didn't play, and when she did, it wasn't for long, so it wasn't an issue for her. I was still starting from the outset, no quests completed, gold and high stats, basically a fresh account. Nice and fresh, the way I like it. End. I wish it was your end. I kept playing on my sister's account. Let me start. I kept playing on my sister's old account and have comped. It was nice getting my old account back to see my old friends list and nostalgia great. And the nostalgia was great. Picture of my main account stats, all without botting too.
You mean picture of your sister's account?
Yeah, you mean picture of your sister's account.
There you go. You've just
reported.
Yeah,
reported. Yeah.
That just makes me sad. I feel dirty after reading that.
I know. It's just, yeah. I mean, I don't agree to lifetime bans. I would rather see them just roll back these accounts and maybe for 6 months they're only earning 75% of the XP or something like that as punishment.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree to lifetime anything. That's silly.
Yeah, but you know, it's just like, yeah, you've continued on. You're sharing account. You're taking friends' accounts. Then you take your sister's account and start using that. It's like, it's account sharing, which back then was very. I mean, that's basically they say now, it's not allowed, but whatever, we can't really do anything. But it was really frowned upon.
Jagex is like, we got bigger fish to fry, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Mangy Wolf says, hot take, if you cheated at all, you have earned yourself the right to be punished appropriately, right? It's like, if you've 8 years in the trash, like if he spent 8 years in the trash, I'd say fine, but he basically spent that entire 8 years like violating other people's accounts.
Yeah, that's it.
So he's still a trash bag as far as I'm concerned.
Technically, he's taking his sister's old account. I don't really have a big issue with, because she's probably only played it for a few weeks. And so
it doesn't sound like she cared about it anyway.
No, that's it. But playing on your friend's account. So while they're asleep or they're at school or whatever, and you've done something wrong at school, so you're at home suspended, you're sitting there leveling up their accounts. That's just not right.
That's
and this guy would have been suspended a lot at school.
Probably.
He just didn't know right from wrong.
Yeah, definitely. He sounds like he had some troubles. All right, let's move along here. Suggestion. This got a lot. This got a lot of upvotes, actually. It sure was easy for Jagex to remove all titles temporarily. Wouldn't it be nice to have a dedicated no cosmetic, no title world 24/7? This title got a good chuckle out of me. I'm just thinking, sure, they could just... It's not hard for them to disable things. Of course there's a way for them to turn things off. Like, duh. They need to be able to turn modular systems off for emergency maintenance. It doesn't mean that they should.
That's right. Yeah. But what I don't like, it's got 688 upvotes.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's got 694 on my screen. It's still going up. That means
it'd be all the old school people.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
Doesn't this exist? It's like, go play some old school.
That's the thing. It's like.
Actually, 706 upvotes now.
Yeah, it's
I just refreshed.
It's 693 on my screen.
Is that all three of us dropping off?
Yeah, I just downvoted
it. Yeah, I'm gonna. So did I. But I mean, it's just no, because
I fucking love cosmetics.
But this world's too busy and it's hard. It's lagging. I want another world, and then 2 worlds, and I want 4 worlds. And hang on, they're all busy. Can I have 10 worlds?
Here's the problem. That's the problem. Here's the thing: if 1,000 people want a non-cosmetic world, 1,000 people are going to be on that non-cosmetic world, and it's going to be laggy.
That's it.
It's like you're not. It's going to be laggy anyway.
Actually, pop them over there. Let them do that, and then watch them all run back and say, "No, it's okay. I don't mind cosmetic."
Yeah, because our world's laggy because everyone's on it.
Yeah, be 452 people all fighting at the Abbey Demon.
Exactly, that's going to be the problem.
You can have that, but you can't have your own player-owned dungeons and things like that.
No instances work.
No instances.
You can't have any of the modern. Yeah, you can't have no modern features work, including cosmetics. How's that?
That's it.
All right, we got here. Did we leave this to the... Did I not do this in the beginning of the show? The RuneScape Wiki leaving Wikia by accident?
Yeah, it was the first one, but you sort of skipped over. You mentioned it, and then you jumped to the next title.
Okay. Well, it's not a big deal. It's just it's done pretty much. It's just minor kinks.
I thought it was a good one to end with anyway.
Yeah.
And sort of give thoughts on it too.
Yeah, we can talk about it. We can talk about its kinks and what we like about it, what we don't like about it. Because there's some things you don't like about it, and there's like some things that I do like about it that I think you don't like about it. Like, I like that because nothing fits widescreen. This actually stretches all the way to my ultra wide. I like that. It's nice. It fits my whole screen. So talk about it. Tell me, what do you like about it and what don't you like about it?
Well, I mean, It's really quick.
It is
It's a hell of a
super
lot quicker
quick.
than the other one. I don't accidentally click on anything, get taken to fandom, and start reading
Oh,
about
right.
some woman's, who's had facelifts or something like that.
Yeah,
All those random things that pop up on the other one. I don't like how it sort of spread, because obviously I've got 24-inch monitors, and it spreads right across the screen.
Mhm.
What I used to like about the old Wiki, where you had the two really thick bars down each side, and I know that was there for their advertising.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like something there, and sort of color wise, it's very bland. But and obviously a few things don't work. We had a look before, the calculator on the agility thing and such.
Yeah, it was
wasn't
broken.
working. You had to jump back. But I mean, they're little things that'll fix up. But yeah, overall, I don't mind it. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10 at the moment. I do like the format of the old one better, other than, I don't really care about ads that much. I do have ad blocker and all that on, so I don't see a lot of the ads, but there are still a few that get through ad blocker. But I can scroll down to the bottom, and I'm not getting all these fan feeds and all this other stuff down the bottom, which I don't care about. And for some reason, I've just logged on to the normal one. Don't waste your summer. Meet flirty singles. Start now. There's all these dating things on there all of a sudden.
We'll get at it, Pern.
No, I'm waiting for him to bring out those sex robots.
Oh yeah, they keep
I
trying over here in the States, but there's all these protesters.
Nah, that'd be the perfect thing.
I'll let them know to send them on down to Australia.
Yeah,
that's Penn's kind of botting.
That's it. That's the only botting I want. No, I was watching.
I'd love it. Can I get I need a soundbite of that. That's the only botting I want. I'm on board. I got no problem with paraphilia.
No, I was watching. I watch Elementary, the Sherlock Holmes sort of show, and they did one where they had, someone got murdered over this sex robot thing. It was awesome. I said, geez, I want one of those, and my daughter just looked at me going, "Are you serious?" And I'm going, "You're dead set." She won't argue. Does what you need it to do. Just program her. There's no complaints.
Who are you telling this to?
Won't spend all my money.
Who are you telling this to?
I'm pretty sure he said his daughter.
My daughter.
Oh, God.
She watches it with me.
Oh, no. What was her response?
Well, maybe she'll get it for Christmas.
She's shaking her head.
She's probably desensitized at this point, I would imagine.
Pretty much. She knows what I'm like. Yeah,
I would imagine at this point.
So on the old site, were the ads actually that terrible? Because
they could be.
I always have. They could be. Yeah, I always.
Yeah, I've got ad blocker on, but some of them recently have been getting through ad blocker plus. It's. And when it's those dodgy ones like dating sites, all those type of things, you're going, what are the ones I'm not seeing?
Yeah.
Because ad blocker comes up at the top and it tells you how many ads it's blocking. And at the moment it's on 23 ads. It's blocked on the old RuneScape Wiki.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Anyone remember anything fun from the pre-show you want me to quote in the teaser?
Not really. Oh, that was that. Jeez, mate, that was like an hour and a half ago. What? Jesus.
I know, right?
But yeah, I mean, I like it. I just, as I said, it's just more that sort of stretching right across the whole screen. That sort of bothers me a little bit, because it's sort of, I'm playing on one screen and I have it up on the other, where I just want to sort of go over and just read it in sort of a like an A4 format.
I think it just needs the font. Needs to be a couple of points.
And
up.
yeah, the font seems a bit smaller than the two, so I actually have it up on 125%.
Yeah.
Wow. I use. You think 125?
You like 250?
Yeah, I keep mine like 2 to 250.
Just one line at a time, mate.
Yep. I am blind as F. Pre-show is officially released, by the way, if you're a patron, for $1 over at patreon.com/RuneScape. So if anyone got anything else they want to say before we get to the end of the show, anything to plug, people?
No, as I said, actually, I've got to sit down with the RRman. We're going to try and work out a night where we can do the Talking RuneScape podcast. So that'll be coming up. I will get Moira's lore out. That should be up on Monday, Tuesday at the latest, but Monday is what I will aim for there. And basically that's it. And hopefully next Wednesday I will actually start streaming anyway. The kids are back at school.
I can't wait for you to start streaming.
Sunday nights and Wednesday nights are going to be sort of the nights of guaranteed streams. And then, I'll try and get in some other nights too. But I want to try and get just get it going where I am doing at least 2 nights a week and sort of lock those in so people know when I will be on.
Super. Cannot wait for that. Make sure you're following him over at Pyrnassius RS on Twitch. Is that right?
That is right, yes.
Enable notifications. Don't forget to enable notifications over here, too, if you want to know when we're live on Twitch. You can get notifications on your phone if you have the Twitch app as well. Also, we got social media. We also alert people when we go live over there, if I remember to. So, I tweeted like 30 minutes into the show today. I apologize. But, that's me. Anyway, we also have plenty of other locations you can find. So we got a Facebook page for you, facebook.com/RSWeekly. Got Twitter for you as well, at RSWeekly. Want to join us on Discord? We'd love to have you. RuneScape.chat is the short link. Just toss that into any web browser, and it will redirect you to our Discord page. If you could, please rate us and review us in iTunes. It really helps us find new listeners. If you're using a podcast aggregator that allows you to rate podcasts, please rate us and review us there as well. If you want to join us in game, we have a clan chat available for you as well. Clan chat kill, skill, and chill. That's the letter N in kill, skill, and chill. Or you can go to us on the web at runescape.club. You want to check out my progress? Head over to runescape.expert in your web browser. Check out us on YouTube at runescape.video for our YouTube VODs. And again, runescape.chat is our Discord channel. Podcast archive is over at runescape.today. And again, patreon.com/RuneScape to help us out on a monthly basis. Get pre-shows. We have Elite Show archives over there as well at the $5 marker, I believe. And we're going to have new goodies coming as well soon. I got a bunch of stuff planned for the fall and winter, but not going to reveal that now because I haven't started it yet. Anyway, thank you to Sudwood and 10 others for their support. Really appreciate it for continuing to support the show as we begin to ramp things back up. Hopefully we'll see more of you on board. Thank you so much. Super excited for RuneFest tomorrow. Hope everyone who is there enjoys it, and everyone who's tuning in live enjoys it as well, and anyone who tunes in live with us. Hope to we'll see you there. Happy scaping.